Hello, Brownsville. Welcome to another episode of Brownsville Television's Point to Point, where we get up close and personal and to the point, get to know our leaders across the organization. Right next to me, I have Mr. Joel Garza, the Multimodal Transportation Director for your city of Brownsville. That's one of the most interesting titles, I think, in the world. Mr. Garza, can you tell us what does a Multimodal Transportation Director do?
So multimodal, what is, multimodal? All modes of transportation. Either how do you get from point A to point B, or the point to point, either on a scooter, on a bike, on a bus, on your personal car. And so it encompasses all modes of transportation. And that's how the multimodal transportation department was developed.
Public transportation is so important to the city of Brownsville. I'm really excited to board one of these new buses and show our community what Beat Metro has to offer.
Oh, yes.
You ready to board?
Of course.
Let's go. So Beat Metro, one of the most amazing things about multimodal transportation, I believe, is the culture and your staff. Can you tell us about that? What drives them, what fuels them? They work really, really hard. Tell me more about your staff.
Yeah, so here at B Metro or Multimodal Transportation, we have a phenomenal staff. It's more of a family culture. Just recently, actually, we had an incident where one of our drivers really stepped up, went above and beyond the call. And so it's actually our current driver. We had an individual that broke in, forced himself into the bus while at a traffic light. The individual started assaulting a passenger, and that's when our driver stepped in. He did not need to do that. He was not required to step in, but he intervened and protected the passenger.
That's really amazing. I know recently the mayor and the city commission did a proclamation for the bus driver, and I think it's just an amazing work. But that's one thing of your entire staff really stepping up, even during trying times like the pandemic, power outages, hurricanes. B Metro doesn't stop. Can you talk about more? Like, what are some of the challenges and obstacles that you overcame during these trying times?
Obviously, during COVID, it was a challenge. The bus system is something that is needed by the public. You have folks that work or have needs that don't own a car. And so public transportation was not one of those services that we can just pause until the COVID's over. And so our drivers, our dispatch, our entire B Metro or multimodal transportation department, they knew that the importance and how the transit system is kind of like the backbone to the city of Brownsville.
Now, you are also one of the biggest public transportation providers here in the RGV, right? Multimodal transportation. I think that's something that we carry ourselves in pride. And it's not only our public transportation like our buses, but you're also expanding with trails and even using bicycles, any point of transportation to get from point A to point B, right?
Correct. And so the other division under multimodal is mobility. And so how do we move people, goods, and services from point A to point B safely and efficiently? And so that's where the other side, we have trails that have been in the works for many years. We're now implementing some of those trails, the construction. We have a mobility plan that will actually outline the needs of the area and then try to incorporate future SpaceX. How is that going to impact our transportation system? Rail in some future. And so those are the things that as a department we're looking at. What are the needs now, but try to forecast what will the needs be in 25 years from now.
I know you had left for a while, and now you're back working for the city. What got you to come back?
So you're right. I am from Brownsville, born and raised. I did go to La Porter, like they say in Southmost. I did live in the Southmost area. And so now that I'm back and I see a lot of development, it helps I guess it's more of a pride. I want to make sure I make an impact in the community. Being from Brownsville, seeing my hometown making so much progressive changes, being innovative compared to the rest of the state, and so that's something I want to be part of.
Tell us about recently. I know that with the Tiger grant you received several new buses. Are those buses already running in different routes?
So yes, thanks to Tiger, which is a federal grant, we were able to purchase 5 new buses. This is actually one of the buses. We have a total of 5. These are hybrid diesel, and so that's kind of like the next step. Eventually, we would like to lead to a full 100% electronic buses. And who knows, maybe some autonomous buses in the future.
You also are working, the entire organization is working to provide a Sunday service for the community. Can you talk about that?
Yes, and so here at V Metro, currently we run service Monday to Saturday. We haven't had Sunday service, and so as we move forward, Sunday service is that next step. We have folks that don't have vehicles, don't need a mode of transportation, and so what better than to offer Sunday? Right now it is a pilot program to see the needs of the community, and then we can go from there into the next steps.
So all right, Mr. Garza, now it's time for our rapid fire questions. Salsas, red or green?
Green.
Okay. Favorite barbacoa place in Brownsville?
Veras.
Veras, all the way. Okay. Lopez or Porter?
Porter.
Favorite music to listen to at work?
Tejano.
Selena or Rio Pava?
Selena.
What is your favorite pastime to do with your kiddos?
What beach?
Which beach? Boca Chica or South Padre?
Boca Chica.
Thank you so much for being a good sport on this segment of another episode of Brownsville TV's Point to Point.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate it.
Nos vemos, Jesús.